I'm back in the garden again. It has been a busy week as we got involved in our first community event, the annual Easter egg hunt, which was organised at the community centre, and we thought it'd be a great chance to let people know about our new garden. There is not a lot to see at the moment as the weather has been so cold and wet, but we were blessed with some great weather on the day, and we borrowed a couple of tables from the hall and set up a planting station where we hoped some would take part in planting seeds and bulbs that will feature in our garden throughout the summer. I found a large seed tray with loads of modules and bought some sunflower seeds. I do love sunflowers as they're so big and colourful, and they should create a big impact. The seeds are not too small for little hands to pick up and plant, but even so, some just grabbed a handful and scattered them randomly, but they all had fun doing it. I also bought some pots and a few bags of small bulbs like freesia and allium molly. They went into the pots and we wrote the names of the kids who planted them on the pot, so they could come along in the summer and see the flowers they had planted. A couple of the kids got very enthusiastic about this and planted quite a few pots of their own. So we have around 40 pots planted, which I hope will produce some great colour. On another table we had a rock painting session. This proved very popular with the kids, and I was thankful for all the help from our volunteers in organising crowd control as paint went flying everywhere. The kids could just pick up a rock from our small rock garden and paint away, and then put them back around the flowers. I think it looks great, and I hope it'll make them feel they are now part of our community garden. I have to say that our volunteers were great. We had James, Maya, Jasmine, Michael and Suki, who were all teenagers, along with my brother-in-law Andrew, who helped with the planting. I think teenagers are probably the hardest group to get involved in a project like this, but we are very lucky to have such a nice bunch agreeing to help us out. We've been running an Adopt a Pot scheme to help promote the garden and to add some more colour. The scheme involves paying €10 and getting a large pot that can sit on the fence. We paint the name of the business or individual on it and plant it up. I've been using pelargoniums and dianthus. They are bright and colourful as well as being perennial. We've been overwhelmed with the response, not just from the businesses, but when we posted it on Facebook, we started getting requests from summer visitors and from some who've just moved away and just wanted to reconnect with the community. We have 43 ordered so far. Unfortunately, they take some time to paint, and we managed to have only the first 14 on display on the day. This was probably lucky, as the following day we had a very strong bitter wind come in from the east, and that is not the best climate to start planting pots in. We have delayed the potato planting as there's been a frost on the ground most mornings, but the ground is now ready and the potatoes are chitted and ready to go, so we will be planting them this week. We have some Bionica variety, which are supposed to be resistant to blight as well as very tasty, so they seem ideal for our little patch. We also have cabbages that were due to be planted out a couple of weeks ago, and we will bite the bullet and plant them up this week as well. It was a great opportunity to see the garden in action, and I was very pleased to see the enthusiastic interaction with the Celtic spiral, as kids ran round and round. They also like rolling down the slope, which makes me think we'll have to leave a strip where the kids will be able to still roll down the hill. I also think we should plan to have a few more interactive spaces in the garden where kids can build with stones or steps on logs. We will have to put our heads together and come up with some ideas. So that's all from the garden for the moment. A very satisfying, if not a tiring day, and we will be looking forward to seeing you visit our garden soon. The garden gate is always open.